Hey, it's JamiThatsMe here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another review on Wags to Riches. Okay, and we definitely have to get into it. I believe we're on episode 5. So let's hop right on into it. I don't feel like a whole lot happened on this episode. I do believe that it definitely picks up on episode 6, which ends up being a whole mess. Okay, got me looking at you, Miss Julz, like what the hell going on, girl? Okay, but episode 6 is definitely a good episode. But we're about to get into episode 5. That's why you guys are here. MJ. So MJ and Sharelle are headed to like this dinner or whatnot. But before they get there, of course, they have to discuss MJ's arrest. Now, as they're entering this particular scene, you can hear the music that's playing. And I knew right out the back that that was MJ's song because I pulled up her music the other day just to see, is she really an artist like she says she is? And she did drop some music last summer. And she's not that bad, okay? She's not bad. I think she has a lot of potential there. She just got to get her head right. And once she get her head right, Miss Ma'am is going to be good, all right? Now, of course, they talk about the arrest. And Sharelle says that when she saw MJ's mugshot, she figured that it wasn't as deep as it appears. She says that, oh, this is just some petty old mess because my girl's hair isn't even, out of place in so many words. And it's like, girl, petty or not, she got a mugshot. Petty or not, she participated in something that led her to go to jail and be away from her kids overnight or whatever the case was, all right? So I'm going to need you to crack down on her a bit more, okay? Because if this was Stony, you would really be eating her ass up, okay? So there's that. But anywho, Sharelle does let her know, like, listen, you need to get to a place where you don't allow anyone to get you out of character, okay? Get that together. Nobody should be able to come in, interrupt what you got going on, and knock you off your square. So you're going to have to work on that, right? So Sharelle also decides that, yo, I'm going to bring you along because we're going to meet with some a really major realty company, okay? With this major realty company, she talks about how they have done, I think a few billion in sales is what she said. They've done a few billion in sales. And I think this is such a great opportunity for this young lady to be able to be around this. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, like watching Sharelle take this young lady on a trip with her to meet these $1 million people. I'm like, oh girl, I would love to be in that room. Okay. I would love to be in that room. So many of the other ladies that's been around for a long time working with Sharelle would have also loved to have been in that room. And I think she brought this young lady intentionally, all right, so that she can learn some things, okay, and know that you also can make money well beyond and outside of rapping and also just being somebody's baby mama, okay. So I would like to see her be successful in the real estate world, but it seems like she might still be up to her old tricks. So I don't necessarily know, okay. But before we get into like the sit down and what all they talked about, because it's going to be pretty quick, y'all know I got to bring y'all whatever I found over on the social media that we have to get into. Now, remember I told you all that MJ ended up getting into an altercation with another one of Kodak Black's baby mama. And I believe that this is the new baby mama that she ended up getting into it with. And she came out to kind of like, explain some things. And I want us to check out like 2 videos that she did. So let us get into that really quickly, all right? I'm gonna pull that up on the screen and we're going to check this out.
Wives and girlfriends, but I'm neither right now. So. Yeah, I'm neither. We just really like me just being a very good mom and just showing what I want to be in life and how far I want to go in life and just just selling real estate and just having fun with rap on the side. But this is my real hair. I've been leaving the wig alone because y'all know wigs be like pushing like the hairlines back a little bit when you constantly wear wigs. So I just been rocking the slick back blonde. It really shows who I am for real. Like a lot of people think I'm bougie, I'm stuck up, and that's not me. Like I'm really a sweetheart. I'm down to earth, and when you watch Wags to Riches, like you really get to know MJ for who she is and not such and such, am or like all of that. So, thank you, baby. My real hair do look good.
Very pretty girl, very, very pretty girl. I hope she doesn't go off and get any work done like some of these other young ladies have, because then it definitely be having y'all looking much older than what you are. Okay, so that's just a little snippet. Don't know what else she's talking about in that particular video, but let's hop on over into this one.
MJae allegedly knocked out his new baby mama Shanice for getting too bold.
But it's just how you do things. You could have called me, hey MJ, I'm here with the baby, you know, hey, I would have introduced you, I would have sat you down properly. Hey girl, yeah, have a good time, you know. It was the fact they did this really big entrance. They walked in like it was about them. They all matching, they all walking in during Yuri's party. You could have at least walked in with your kids by yourself for the party that you threw with your child, not with her, and you know, made it all about y'all. And then you're smirking, you know, you're kind of antagonizing me. And not only that, I tried to go up there and talk to her as a woman. Our child's father did not allow us to do that, so I just walked away from the stage. And then I tried to leave. No one allowed me to go. And I'm telling y'all, just please let me go. I know how I am. I just want to leave. You know, y'all could just do y'all thing. I just don't want to be a part of it because, you know, my feelings are hurt. You know, we have 2 kids together, and it just really hurts to just see you walking with another girl on your arm at our daughter's party. Like, it's really him. Like, it's just very disrespectful. And it's just very rude and inconsiderate. Because if I would have walked in with another nigga on my arm, oh, you would have crashed out way worse than me. Like, niggas can never take what they dish out. So as I'm trying to brush it off, you know, whatever the hell. As I look up on the stage, you know, she's antagonizing me, you know, just kind of just smirking at me, you know, like, yeah, I'm the mom. Like, it just, you're sitting on stage like you're the mom of the party or not. So you just sitting up on stage, you know, smirking, you know, I'm the mama, whatever the hell. So I go up there, I try to, you know, talk to her as a woman or whatever, but you know, unfortunately it didn't happen like that. They both get a little slick antsy and things just escalated how it escalated, but no children got hurt, nobody got hurt.
Everyone rise to their feet for the Royal Capri.
Oh wow. Oh wow. Wait, what?
Kodak Black's baby mama MJae.
Wait, so I'm confusion, girl. So did this man walk into the party with the other baby mama making an entrance, and it looks like the other girl that was in the little girl that was in his arms looks to be a bit older. So was that her daughter that was making the grand entrance, and she coming in as though she's the mother to your daughter? I would have felt the way too. I definitely would have felt a way too. It sounds like MJ was trying to handle this situation right, which was remove herself, and you know, nobody would let her leave or whatever, and things escalated, and I guess she crashed out. Okay, I do agree that if the roles were reversed, guys cannot dish out, you know, the stuff that they do, or they can't take the things that they dish out. And yeah, I think that he definitely would have showed his R's. Okay, an entire mess like this here is crazy work. Like, huh? Let me see, because somebody else hopped in my DMs earlier telling me something about it. Okay, so I guess they were trying to say that MJ ran up on this young lady when she had her 20-day-old baby in her hand. And according to MJ, that's not what she did. So I'm not sure which one is true. They're saying that the baby did get checked out. All right. But nothing was wrong with the child. All right. Also accidentally hit his own mama trying to hit her. Wow. So I guess he was trying to get at MJ or something. Accidentally hit his own mama trying to hit her or something. MJ brother got beat down for trying to break it up by Kodak people, and he hauled ass because of course the police called with and he was on papers. Okay, that's interesting. I'm not sure, y'all, but people are alleging that MJ ran up on this girl while she had her daughter in her arms. Okay, not sure which one is true, but what I will say is, girl, it's never worth it. It's just not. I'm sorry. It's never worth it. Let it go. He's not worth it. I'm glad she's removed from this relationship. And if the baby mama is over there flashing like, look at me, I'm the baby mama, I'm that girl, well, then you will soon be in the place of MJ. The same way MJ probably was doing the same thing to the past one, or whatever the case is, then there will be somebody else to replace you. Okay? I don't see how y'all do it with Kodak. I don't see how y'all do it. I don't know, honey, but good luck to the people. Let's keep going. So like I said, Sharelle and MJ are headed to this dinner with some billionaires, okay? And I'm like, wow, they get to this nice restaurant, and the restaurant says that they only see like one member a day or something like that. So it seems like the restaurant is exclusively theirs. And that was really interesting. I'm like, oh, y'all got money. They got money. Okay. So of course, Ashley does join them. So they're all three of the ladies are there. They're there with two other investors, as well as, I guess, the head guy for LPT Realty. So as they're sitting there talking, Sharelle talks about how she wants the athlete world to meet the entertainment world and create some type of luxury brand. And so from that, they're going to create Allure Luxury. All right. And that's going to be a luxury division partner with LPT. Okay. So I'm like, okay, this is cool. I think this is really dope to have a multi-billion-dollar company. Like, I think that is very much so massive. And Sharelle says she looks out for her people now. She looks out for her people. So shout out to her, girl. I'm a little piece of jelly. I feel like if I would have known, or if she was here in Atlanta, girl, I probably would be trying to, girl, let me go and get I worked in commercial real estate. You got some in that department over there, girl? Like, let me slide over. Okay. But shout out to her. She's doing her thing. So as much as we may say mean girl, because of how she's shown up for Stoney, I have to say she does and is looking out for the other girls. So how much of a mean girl is she really? Okay. Yeah, it may be a piece of mean girl mixed with something else. Okay. And I mean, she kind of showed up like that a bit with Selling Tampa, where she looked out for the ladies and stuff like that. So I love that. Actually, I watched one of her IG lives where she had one of her agents on there, and they was just chit chatting and talking, and the girl was just talking about, how Sharelle really helped her out in life and different stuff. She didn't even know how much money you really could make in real estate. She didn't know a lot about it until she got connected with Sharelle, and Sharelle really put her on. And I thought that was a really good conversation. But anywho, I'm glad that MJae was able to be in the room to witness that, there's more to life, okay? And you can make so much more and beyond, all right? You just got to have the right mindset and surround yourself with the right people. So good luck, all right? Now, let's get to Porsha, because Porsha's at the OBGYN, and she tells the lady that she wants to have a at-home birth. And I said, that's interesting. Haven't heard Porsha say that at all on the show. We did hear it come from Keita, but I figured that she probably would have, talked about that more, about, oh yeah, I want to explore that too, or whatever the case is. But anywho, the main thing for me mentioning this is because I kind of felt a way about when Porsha was talking to the doctor and letting her know she wanted to have a home birth. And I understand the risk that may come with the home birth, but at the same time, it seemed like the doctor didn't fully give her an option. It seems like it was more of the doctor's decision than it was her decision. The doctor did tell her what the risks are, and it's like, I hear you. Although, I guess like something could go wrong with giving birth at home, and, you may have to come to the hospital anyway. And I just think the best thing for you is to just be there, because everything will already be in place. And it's like, well, ma'am, I don't know, because women have died in the hospital too, where you would expect everything to be in place for them. Okay, for them to be able to survive as well as their babies. So I don't know, y'all, and I may not be relaying it right, but it was just something about it that kind of made me feel away a little bit. And I'm just like, it seems like it's not even her decision for real. It's more so that doctor's decision. And this appears to be a new doctor, because obviously they were telling her about the birth of their second child. So I'm like, I guess whatever, but also let me say this. I think that Porsha also went along with what the doctor said, because she knew her husband didn't want her to have an at-home birth either. So okay, girl, there's that. Let's keep going. So Sadé and Chosen, all right, so they get a chance to spend some time together. They're all out on the water and things, and I'm just like, Chosen does not talk. Chosen doesn't. He's a man of very few words. We don't hear him say a whole lot of Nathaniel at all. All right, we hear her talking, she's more so looking forward to the future for them. She says that she doesn't know why everybody was so into their business and making everything such a big deal, especially when it comes down to what team he's going to be playing on. And she's like, he's still calling people. He's still trying to make plays. He's still good, physically fit to go out there on somebody's team. Now, I did see some pictures on Sadé's page from this past season of football. I think the season opener, and it looks like he might be back on the Dolphins. I haven't done additional research, but it looks like from her post that he was back on the Dolphins or whatnot. So good job for them. He is still out there in the league, okay? Now we get to the Allure Realty event, and once we get to this event, it's clear as day with the ladies' attire that earlier that day they took their cast photos and then, capped it off with a celebration of, hey, we got greenlit for a brand new season, in addition to celebrating Allure Realty's partnership with LPT, okay? So they ended up doing that. It was really nice. Sadé shows up. Of course, Sharelle was a bit surprised or whatever. And Ashley seemed to be a bit pressed by Sadé. Now, I don't know if anybody else caught it, but Ashley just was kind of like looking at Sadé in a certain way. And it's like, Ashley, I love Ashley. Now, I like a lot of the ladies that are on the show. I think they did a good job with casting. But I'll say this, Miss Ashley, girl, listen. I don't know why you let Sadé have you so up in arms, because that stank face you was giving, I don't know what it is, because Sadé seems she just gonna tell it like it is, and she gonna let you have it. So I don't know what it is, but she seems to be very bothered by Miss Girl, the way she was just standing over there looking at her like, yeah, okay, girl. I don't want to say too much to her, because she probably gonna think that I'm doing too much with that. Okay, she's gonna think that I'm too invested or whatever the case is. So I barely want to say hey to the girl. Anywho. Stoney shows up, and I thought that was interesting, because I'm like, Stoney, you're over here talking SHI about Sharelle to Julz, and then you want to pop up at the event like everything is all great in the hood, and it's not necessarily. Let you tell it, okay? Keep my eye on you, Miss Stoney. So Chad meets the new business partner with Sharelle. He kisses the man on the forehead and said he loves him. The guy was really looking forward to meeting Ocho, because he asked about him at the dinner, and he showed up to the event this time, although he couldn't make the dinner. So I'm like, I was wondering to myself, like, is he the primary reason as to why you guys decided to make the decision to merge companies with Allure? I start thinking about it actually, and I said, you know what? She did say she wants to be able to merge athletes with entertainers, okay? She wants to merge those two things and make it a luxury brand. So with her being so connected to Ocho and him being an athlete who also has access to Shannon Sharp, who's very popular, okay? So with that being said, like, I'm sure that may have played a role in that, and it also proves that she has connections. Now, I don't think that they partner with her off the sole basis of Ocho Cinco, but the success of her firm, in addition to having access, I'm sure all of that played a part after I sat back and thought more about it. But anywho, congratulations to her, all right? Porsha and Stoney have a chat. They're getting ready to take a picture at the step and repeat. And Porsha lets her know, like, girl, I was a little cautious of you, okay, because you was over there beefing with my girl and I didn't really know how to take you or whatever. And Stoney was just like, I get it. I understand. Like, that's your friend. Like, it's all good. But at the place that I'm at now, me and her have talked about it, and I'm just really ready to move forward. That's all that I want to do, okay? So, but I'll say this, though. Even though Porsha said that she was a bit cautious or whatever she said to Stoney because she was beefing with Sharelle, honestly, Porsha, I feel like you were more open. You were more open to me, in my opinion, to getting to know or whatever the case is with Stoney than Ashley and Sharelle were. So I can appreciate that. So Sharelle and Stoney, they do have a sit down, and Sharelle apologizes to her about everything. She's like, I apologize to you for everything. I was hearing a lot of stuff. I was hearing certain things. You trying to find information out on me, whatever. I learned things about your reputation and stuff. And, it wasn't good, but I'm tired of the back and forth, girl. Like, we are okay. We're good. We see each other. We can move on. Okay. Stoney says, listen, I have nothing against you. I have absolutely nothing against you at all. And we're good. Stoney then goes to the confessional and says that the apology seemed genuine, right? But what's interesting is just a second ago, which is what the previous episode, you said you didn't think that the glamping invitation was genuine. But then just before that, you were saying that something was genuine. So for me, it's like either I'm tripping or they could potentially be editing things out of order or something. Because it's not making sense. Like, after you guys have talked, apologized, whatever the case is, why would you then go on to drag her and that relationship she had? Why would you accept the invite to go hang out with the girls and say that you feel like it was genuine? And then when you get around Julz and you get in the confessional, you say that it wasn't as genuine. And then you go to the event, and then now in the confessional, you're saying it was genuine. Which one is it? Okay. Stoney, baby, I am starting to think either editing is chopping things up poorly, or you is the Lulu, as Miss Tia Kemp would label you. Okay, so something about that ain't right, ma'am. Get that together, okay? Now, can we get to Sharelle and Chad linking up with their attorneys because they're trying to sort out this prenup stuff? When I tell you, it was a bit of a kiki. So first of all, they're supposed to be getting married on February 2nd, 2025. And Chad had already said he's going to get married anyway, whether Sharelle's there or not. So I don't know how that's going to happen. I don't know if he's going to marry himself or what. But Sharelle is no longer wearing her engagement ring. Even though I feel like they are together. And I feel like it may be a bit of a storyline, like, if they were to get another season, that's something they could use as a part of the storyline of we were together, we were supposed to sort things out, with the prenup, get married, whatever, and we see that we're not getting married. I'm no longer wearing my ring, and this is what's going. I feel like Sharelle will have her own storyline within that, right? Well, we'll see. So they sit down with the attorneys, okay? And what we learned from Sharelle's attorney is that Sharelle wants to start getting $3 million annually for their anniversary. And I'm like, girl, is that before or after y'all divorced? Like, what is, I'm confused. During the marriage or after the marriage? What is this $3 million anniversary? Like, girl, what? I thought that was crazy. All right. So then his partner was like, his attorney was like, listen, nah, we talking about 15 racks a month. That's about 180,000. That makes sense. And I'm like, girl, to be getting 180 racks just to be his wife every anniversary? I ain't even mad at it. Do y'all think for real? Oh my. But what we learned also is that right now, Sharelle is the one that's making more money than him. She is the breadwinner right now. And Chad was like, when the attorney asked, he was like, who, Sharelle? When? You mean right now? Currently? Yeah, as of right now. Yeah, for right now she is. Okay, meaning I'm going to get to the bag because I'm going to have to outdo her. I feel like Chad may be competitive, okay? I think that they both may be competitive, and they may be competitive on who gonna make the most money this year type thing. Who knows, okay? I think that he's definitely gonna make it a mission to probably outdo her in that department. But anywho, and not that it has to be a bad thing, you know what I'm saying? It could be some fun within a relationship, who knows? But all in all, right? They talk about if they were to like separate or whatever like that, she wants to get part of his money from the podcast. And he's like, oh, you tripping. That I absolutely cannot do that. And you know that. And you know that. I cannot give you that because it ain't even mine. How I'm going to give you something that's not mine? That's Shannon Sharp's. And you wasn't even with us like that in the gym. Like, you was with me, but you wasn't with that. And she's like, what I loved that her attorney did, because her attorney is funny, okay? I feel like she was toting the lines of being dead at serious, but then also the cameras are going to be there, so play it up extra for the cameras or whatever like that. But she says, listen, did she support you throughout this entire ordeal with you being on the podcast? And he was like, yeah, she did. She supported me. And she was like, okay, well then if you ask me, that's adding value. Girl, I hit the floor. That's adding value just from the support, which a lot of us should be getting paid for a whole fucking lot. Okay, let you tell it, Mr. Attorney. So Sharelle says that, yeah, so she pretty much wants to get a percentage of that. And his attorney is like, well, he wants the percentage of your company. She said, oh, hell no. No. I hollered because it's like, girl, you want this man's money, but you don't want him to get none of your money? That's crazy. And she was just like, listen, my business was here before him. Before his podcast was here, my business was here. And I'm like, well, technically, both of your businesses were established before you guys even solidify and lock in a marriage. So what do we want to do here? And I'm like, girl, why you got me over here somewhat agreeing with Chad? Why do you have me over here somewhat being on Chad's side? Just a little piece, okay? Because I just feel like you guys are being unfair, all right? So anywho, the attorney says, well, listen, you want 25% in his company. He wants 25% in your company. Then why don't you just waive everything? And that's when she was like, well, my business was here before his. So I feel like I have leverage to ask him for that 25% because I've been established. He didn't establish his stuff until he got with me. Okay, so don't do that, right? So that was crazy, okay? And then she, yeah, that whole scene, it was a bit funny. So Sharelle says that her business was created. We got into all of that. His attorney says, okay, well, listen, he'll give you 1%. How about that? He'll give you 1% of his business. And then her attorney says, oh, absolutely not. Baby, we not getting married. If it's going to be 1%, we're not getting married. And I speak for Sharelle on that. I said, okay, Miss Attorney. Okay, Mrs. You speak for her then. She said, if it's 1%, we're not even finna go down the aisle, so you're gonna have to go ahead and move your wedding date, baby, because it's not finna go down. And then Chad was like, well, that's fine, because this is loony. That's fine. Hell no, this is loony. I can't do that. So then her attorney says, oh, yeah, so there's something else that I want to bring up to you that's gonna ruffle your feathers. And he's like, what? She says, there's an infidelity clause, and it's very common in prenups, okay? It's very common, and I just want to let you know that should you cheat, okay, it will be a $500,000 penalty to you. Girl, Chad was like, oh, this don't make no motherfucking sense here. She was like, oh, it doesn't. Why? He was like, listen, I just feel like if that's the case, she ain't ready to get married then. She not ready to get married. And I'm like, whoa, she's not ready to get married because she don't want you to cheat on her. And should you cheat on her, it's going to definitely be a cost. You out your damn mind, okay? You're not ready to get married, okay? Why you ain't negotiate that number? And what is also making me think is that, listen, Chad gonna be a thought and bop, period, whether he married or not. So I don't know why he's so anxious and so ready to be married and walk down the aisle and got his whole dream wedding planned out when he's not ready to fully be the husband he need to be. Talk about something. If she gonna put an infidelity clause in there and I gotta pay a $500,000 penalty for cheating, then, she's not ready. No, baby, you are not ready. When I tell y'all Sharelle's attorney came out there like a shark, okay? Ready to chomp on some things. So I said, okay, she was not playing at all. I was here for it. I'm like, where you found her at? I'm here for that. Okay, you need attorneys. Ain't nothing like having an attorney that does not mind negotiating, okay? Or whatever, like truly litigating, getting in there, basically. Ain't nothing like having an attorney that want to get in there. Period. And now his attorney, he was trying to get in there too. But I don't think his attorney was really getting in there like Sharelle's attorney was really getting in there. You feel what I'm saying? But all in all, fairly decent episode. That is episode 5, I do believe. And I'll be back with you guys for the rest of the episodes for the season. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave your thoughts and comments down below. I am Jami, that's me. And of course, I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.